Start stream. I think everything's going good. Turn talk and then blah blah blah. Okay, cool. I just gotta make sure because I feel like it was just freezing on me there, so I gotta make sure that it's all good. I gotta not look at myself on screen. I have to look at the camera. It's too distracting. Once the chat's here, I'll be able to look at the chat. But yeah, so we will see how long I'll do this for. I'm not entirely sure. My plan was for an hour, so that's kind of always the plan. But obviously, we will see how this goes here. This is my first. I didn't think of a name to call this yet. Hey, how's it going, everyone? I didn't think of a name to call this yet because I was trying to think of like, what should I call these Sunday streams that I'm going to do where we talk about like The Walking Dead or just kind of anything in general. And a couple of names came to mind. I'm like, why don't I call it the Idol Lounge? I remember I tried to do a podcast called that a long time ago. That'd be kind of cool. But I'm like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. I was like throwing around. I was like, what if I call it Talking Dead? That's no, obviously not. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a name that would like make sense just for like a series that I'm doing just for like live streaming, you know? I think that'd be kind of cool. Hey everyone, how's it going? Hopefully everyone has watched episode 4. I believe most people have. Hey, I'm watching you from Puerto Rico. Wow, nice. Hi Forrest. Hey Marilyn. Hello. How's it going, everybody? Sunday Dead Talk. Yeah, I Dead Talk was one. I think my brother mentioned. Sorry, if I keep looking at my screen, I'm trying to make sure I'm not freezing because like it's frozen a couple of times and then I have to shut down everything. So I'm hoping. No, I shouldn't have used my hand. Go back this way. No, never mind. Go back this way. Go back that way. There we go. And then I think I put my hand like this, and that freezes it. Good? Sweet. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. Great football day. Who played today? Sorry, I don't watch the NFL or anything. I watch hockey, so I don't know anything really what's going on with the NFL or anything. Is it just me or Carol has become super soft in this season? I think she's just really caring, I would say. You know? Rams. Okay. I did watch... Didn't they win the Super Bowl a couple years ago? I'm pretty sure I watched that. But yeah, I would say Carol, honestly, is just... I think she's just being a little bit more sympathetic to the whole situation. That's kind of how I view it anyways for her. And Daryl, I mean, to be honest, I kind of get both sides. Daryl just wants to go back home. He's done with this, you know? So I kind of get it. But for the rest of the season, yeah, I think this episode, I don't want to say it was like the weakest episode. I had more issues with the episode. The battle sequence was really awesome. I loved it. But I talked about it in my review. I was like, I feel like the transitions between certain sequences of the battle, like if you map out how the battle is going to play out, and it's like this thing happens, and then we're going to get to this story, and then this story, and then this, and there's like the aftermath. I feel like how it transitioned from each part was just done really messy, and it was like really rushed, and it just felt like I couldn't understand what was happening overall, and it was like, oh, we're here now, oh, we're here. It didn't feel like a battle, and I feel like it lessened some battle parts where it felt like Daryl was just killing people like nothing, and they weren't really that much of a threat. So yeah, but I think besides that, story wise for Roberto and Justina, where they went by the end and then built that up for episode 5, I'm excited. Like the ending was weird to this episode, I'd say. I wasn't the biggest fan of how they told it. I like what happened, just not how they told it. Hey, I was like, I'm doing good, Desmond. Whatever happened to the Cadrone storyline? Cadrone, that storyline, I don't want to get into too much stuff or anything, but that'll likely come back, I'm assuming, in the future. Dead discussion. Yeah, something like that could work. I agree it wasn't the best episode. Yeah, I kind of felt like, you know what? I liked the beginning parts a lot. I really liked when Daryl and Carol were like, "Oh, should we help?" Blah blah blah, and then Daryl's like, "I don't know about this," and I like when they're like that boat scene when they're kind of arguing. That was cool. I don't know what that woman's name. It's the woman with the gray hair, and she's like helping them with the boat. When she makes that comment about Daryl and Carol, I laughed at that. Like that was funny. Some of the stuff with Fede, where he's like talking to Antonio, especially, man, like we learned that in this episode. So Fede and Antonio, there's like issues there, and you actually see a lot of that here. That was really cool. So we are halfway. I have to squint because I can see it, but like I don't like wearing my glasses, so I have to squint to read the chat. But so we are halfway through, right? Like we have 4 episodes left. We have 3 more episodes left. So season 3 is going to have 7, and season 4 will have 8. It's kind of unfortunate, but honestly, it was originally, I believe, supposed to have only 6. So somehow they got an extra episode. So, hey, how's it going? Of course, have you watched Cold Water yet? Yes, I want to do a review of Cold Water, just kind of like this, film it like this or whatever. Yeah, I did watch Cold Water. It was good. Yeah, I'll say my thoughts for the review, I guess. Yeah, it's just like it's good. There's just some stuff with like it's really good in the beginning. It's just like by the I don't know what I think it's episode 5, 4 or 5, somewhere around there. It gets very like I think I mentioned this before, but it's like how does everyone like not know? I don't know. It gets kind of crazy by the end there. Do you think this season Daryl is being selfish? You could view it like that for sure. I don't necessarily think so though. I think that Daryl is being very like maybe he's being like rightfully selfish for once. I think he's just tired. Honestly, I think he just wants to go home. It was just a lot. Like, I didn't talk about it too much in my review, but like Carol, just got here. Oh, and now it froze. I knew this was gonna happen. Hopefully this will fix itself. Hold on, give me a second. I knew this was gonna be an issue. That's why I was like kind of concerned with. You can still hear me talking though, right? That's just annoying. Hold on, I need to put my glasses on. You can still hear me. Okay, cool. Well, I will try to figure this out. I don't want to keep that on the whole time. Hold on. What if I just like, I don't know how. I'm just trying to figure this out here. Like if I refreshed it. It's not going to do anything. So if I have Cold War, and yes, Cold War is pretty good. Yes, I can hear you clearly. Okay, cool. As long as everyone can hear me clearly, I'll try to fix this really quick. I'm not going to end the stream. Like, ending it would fix it, but then it would be like, I got to do everything all over again. I'm just going to try and set up, oh, there we go, a new device here. Let's see. Boom. Does that work? It works, but I'm going to delete this other one, though. There we go. Cool. Anyways, so... No, again. Why does it do it again? Why? Okay, hold on. I can fix this again. I know how to fix it. I literally just have to create a new thing, which is... I don't know what's going on here. This is like... Because I'm going to keep creating a bunch of new ones here, right? Okay, hold on. I'm going to delete this. I'm just going to try to not make any movement. That seems to be what I have to do. It's really annoying, but I'm going to try to do that. Dial-up sucks. I know, right? Okay. It's going to do it again. Lower my stream quality. That... I don't know how to do it from being live, though. My bit rates are at like, or the whatever thing is at like 3,000. My camera is 4K. Maybe that's the issue. There's some kind of whatever issue with it. Yeah, I think the same thing about Fede as well, especially when he was just like getting mad and just like, you know, that was really cool. I got one more video coming out tonight, so I want to talk about what I think could be Merle. I just kind of was thinking about it, like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it like this for a second because it's gonna keep cutting out. Hold on, I need my glasses. 1 second. I want to finish my thought. Yeah, so I'm just gonna hold on. If I block that out, then there's the other one. I'll just leave it like this for a second. Okay, it's only audio. Just give me a second. Okay. So this is my thing when it comes to a lot of the flashback stuff. Is Merle and Daryl have been? Well, I think Merle might be in them. I thought it was just Daryl the whole time, but I actually think Merle might be a part of the flashback scenes. Because I saw a kid that kind of looked like Daryl, but now we're seeing a different kid that seems to be younger, I would say. And I'm like, is this kid potentially Daryl and the other kid's Merle? So that's what I'm wondering about. So that's kind of what I want to talk about in the videos. But I will try fix this, or I'll just literally add another whatever. It's easy to fix. I can keep doing it. It's just... Honestly, maybe I'll make this stream shorter because like I'm having issues with this right away. Rose in Room Daryl was in season episode 3. Yeah, just gotta play that song now. Let's look at my settings that I have here. Default resolution type. Custom. Can I change my resolution? Then it's gonna mess everything up, so I can't. I gotta put device default. Oh, you couldn't take that seriously? Why not? Was that just because... Hold on, let me get the camera thing back on here. Why not? Was that just because, I guess, yeah, he's a comedic actor. I've never seen him in anything, so I don't really know if he's like... He seemed comedic, for sure, but I never heard of the actor before. So I did see the video, though, where he's talking about Norman Reedus, like, oh, I'm trying to eat here, but Norman Reedus is, like, signing stuff for fans, and, like, we're stuck here waiting. That was hilarious. Let's see me now. Yay. Yay. I know how to fix it. It's just how long is this going to be fixed before I'm, like, frozen again. So, do you think Justina and Roberto will survive till the end? I think Justina will. Well, to the season. I think Roberto's dead this season. I don't... I remember, and I don't know if this is spoilery. I don't think it's really spoilery because this is sort of when they first, like, confirmed that season 3 was happening. And you saw Justina on the back of Daryl's bike. So I've just always remembered that. And I'm like, Daryl must save her at some point, right? It doesn't mean that Roberto's not with, like, Antonio or someone else, but I feel like it means that Justina's probably, at least she's going to survive and get out of this situation somehow. And Roberto might be gone. So I do think in the end, Roberto's going to probably die. Did you see that apparently there will be running walkers on season 4? I don't know. Like, I see a lot of things like that. People will say stuff, but I don't know if there's confirmation. Because I don't look up, like... I don't try to look up, like, the on-set stuff that's happening. I'll see stuff randomly, and some stuff I'm just like, oh, I did not want to see that. But and I'll follow things in terms of like, oh, like what episode are they on, you know. But if that was on set or something, I didn't see any of that. Roberto would have died in the battle if he was gonna season, in my opinion. Well, I was thinking that. I was like, if Roberto is gonna die at some point, actually, I felt like he should have died in the battle, because okay, so that's my issue with this episode is like, it's not the realistic part to it. The Roberto stuff, he survives, cool. It did give for that really cool moment with Roberto and Fede, right? They were like arguing, like, is this even worth it? We get all of this stuff, but we're giving people away, and like we have to deal with that. You know, good point. But later on, Roberto leaves, and what happens from that is like a crazy mess, because you're dealing with this whole other. It was like a subplot where you have this guy that's like aiming to kill him, but then also it was so weird. He didn't have any dialogue though. He just kept looking at Daryl, and Daryl's like you know, like he was kind of concerned, and then all of a sudden it cuts to that guy talking with Fede afterwards, and then there's a whole argument there, and then it just goes away, and then all of a sudden we see Roberto with Justina, and I thought, okay, end the episode there, but then apparently they ran away after. And then there was a crash, and there was just all these things happening, and I'm like, what is going on? And it kept going and going and going, and now they have to, like, I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the pacing there. That's what I mean by like, you need more episodes. It just doesn't work. Parallels aren't promising for them. Yeah, for sure. Like, I think that they're like, one of them's going to be gone for sure by the finale. Merle apparently didn't even know about Daryl being abused until he saw his back in the show. Oh, right. You're right about that. Because that was in season 3, right? Merle saw Daryl's back and was like, wait, what? Kind of thing. I don't know what we're seeing with those flashbacks. I'm really wondering, does Daryl... Because there's the whole story of his mom dying, right? And I think she had a cigarette and it just started a fire because it fell on the carpet or whatever. Started a fire. And then he got so scared, he ran to the woods and was lost for 9 days. And then he learned a lot about himself throughout all that. So I'm like, are we seeing that? But I haven't seen a fire or anything. So I don't know. Did you think it was a good episode overall? Yeah, I think it's a good episode for sure. It was, if I had to rate the episode out of 10, let me think about this here. Because this is the thing about rating episodes while the season is airing, is it might change in the future based off of, like, there might be better episodes and you're like, oh, I rated that one a little bit too high. Like, it's kind of hard to see overall, right? This one here, like, would a 6 out of 10 be too harsh? I kind of feel like it would be a bit too harsh. As much as I'm complaining about some of the battle things and, like, the ending, I liked a lot of the beginning stuff. A 6.5 maybe, but I could see a 7. The best thing I could say is I'm in that range with the episode. I think it was a good episode. It wasn't just an average episode. It was a good episode because there's some exciting things, but yeah. Mom be smoking bed. Yeah. So that's why I think that, like, are we seeing that? That would be a cool thing to see, just that backstory. Because I know that they're trying to build something really tragic here for Daryl, but I don't know. Taking out the Raiders. I know, I was thinking about that. Like, I kept thinking, I don't think he died, right? Because I kept thinking he was going to die at some point. But then he just kept taking everyone out, and I was just like, wow, like, he's, you know... My biggest complaint with The Walking Dead as a whole right now is, do they even have a plan for where things go long term? I think that's what's happening right now. I think all the talks, and that was kind of, well, we can talk about episode 4, but I wanted to talk about what Norman Reedus was talking about too with Andrew Lincoln. And I think that is kind of the talks right now, is like, where do we go now? These spinoffs, they're doing whatever. And I actually kind of think they will film some stuff for season 4 of Dead City. Obviously just rumors right now, but they probably have a plan of how these things are connecting. And I think that's why they're talking with Andrew Lincoln, because it's like, well, we need to go here. And I do think that Gimple has a lot of plans, like this is going to go here or here or whatever. or here or there, and then AMC just either does something or doesn't do something, and that changes a lot of Gimple's plans. So I think they're now like, well, we're ending these spinoffs. We got to do something else. So that's why, because otherwise, I think if they wanted to keep going, the plan would have been just to keep going, and then we wouldn't have gotten Rick's return for a lot longer, right? So I want Madison and Alicia back. It would be cool, definitely. I'd love to see those characters back. Hold on, I gotta check something here. Okay, we have 40 of you in here. That's awesome. No super chats. That's cool. And likes 23. Would be sweet if we can get it up to 30. Do you think that the primitives had a relationship with Alcazar? Maybe he sent them. You know what? I was wondering if that was gonna be the reveal. And like maybe that's coming still, but I was wondering if like that's why, because like they left, and it just seems like there's gonna be an issue with them, with them disrespecting El Alcazar or whatever. So I feel like after they left, yeah, it literally was maybe they sent. I can't remember what they're called, like Primitivos or something, Los Primitivos. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what that guy said, but. And they sent them there to attack them, but we didn't get that. So put the chat on your phone, bro. It might be easier to read. Yeah, I'm just not sure how to do that, to be honest, unless I just went to, I don't know. I'll do that for next time. So with this, oh no, I don't want to move too much. I'll fix the camera issue for sure for next stream. That light I just threw there, I feel like I need something like that, right? Maybe the poster. It would be weird to put a poster on my door, though. I don't know. I feel like I just need a better set. I have a lot of cool areas to record from. It's just that where I do content is here. And I won't have this mic at all, so that's my only thing. So they seem to leave too easy. Yeah, you mean like the group? Paz definitely feels like she's here long term. Yes, I will say Paz, I think, is a character set up for season 4 because she's been very quiet. It's like we're seeing all this stuff with her partner and they're teasing this and she's feeling like this about this. And I'm like, but her partner is like, is her partner specifically with the king? I don't know how all that works, but it just feels like that is a big story for season 4. So I would agree. Better light in the room. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm trying to think of like I want to make it like Halloween. Hold on. So that's weird. Oh. Is that too much? If it's just like going crazy like that? Or should I keep it just one color? I don't know. You guys let me know. Brighter light and the cam would look good. True. Well, I do have that big ring light right there. I could make it brighter. The reason why I don't make it brighter too is because so with my eyes, the issue with my eyes is I have an astigmatism. So I'm sure some of you know what that is, but it's basically like my eyes are like, it's like football shaped or whatever. So really blinding lights like that really mess me up, and so it's like I can't see the screen. I can see it if I squint, perfect. So, but yeah, perfect. Leave it alone. Sweet. All right, I will do that, Marilyn. Did you know Daryl Dixon was added to COD last year? And it kind of went under the radar. I remembered it when it happened. But you know what's funny? So I'm actually going to be playing Warzone after this. I won't be streaming or anything else. I'll be playing in the living room. What's hilarious, though, is I was like... Because I got the Rick Grimes skin, obviously, and I always use the Rick Grimes skin. But I literally went to... I was looking at everything. Because I got Rambo at one point. I don't know where Rambo is. That might have been, like... Cold War, and I don't know if we have skins to Cold War anymore. Anyways, I went back and I have like I think it's Leonardo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then there's, who else did I? Oh, Spawn was one. Ghostface. Anyways, but then I saw Daryl, and I was like, I forgot about Daryl. And Daryl has like the CRM outfit on. That was just weird. It's weird because it just made no sense. Although maybe, no, it still wouldn't make sense because that's the thing though. The military is going to be something, right? There's no way it's going to be just nothing. I don't know. We'll see where that is. But, what time is it? Is the episode actually playing yet? Oh, it's starting. Also, sorry if you can hear the dog barking. I gotta close this. Oh, we actually got to 31 likes. Nice. Yay, I'm happy. Could we get to 40 likes? That would be sweet, because we have 46 viewers. I always just try to want to get it to, like, match. You know, like 40 viewers, 40 likes. I don't know. I feel like that's what you're supposed to do when you stream. I really don't know. Sorry, I am checking some messages. Ooh, that is not good. Sorry, I got to check some messages there. So, what else was I going to say? So episode 4, I guess just to kind of bookend some of that and whatever. I guess I kind of gave a rating 6 or 7 out of 10. I hope that that's not the battle sequence that everyone was talking about, like being so amazing. Because remember they were talking about a 30-minute battle sequence. That was like 15 minutes. It is what it is. It's a good episode. I don't know. I'll just kind of leave it there at that. I'm excited for next week, though. I think it's going to be the one where Daryl's like surviving in the desert. And, you know, I'm actually wondering if someone steals his bike at one point and he's like out there just trying to survive by himself because somebody in the trailer is like, oh, I want that bike. And so, I don't know. We'll see. Do you think the Rick Grimes appearance will have anything to do with Jeffrey Grimes' Barcelona reference? What's funny is there was a reference in the trailer to Barcelona. I think that where that train's going, they're taking supplies there. Not sure why, but that's sort of... What was the mention, or why did they bring up Barcelona? I totally forgot. This was in episode 3. Because remember, Carol's like, oh, whatever, talks about Barcelona. But Antonio brought it up for some reason. Was it just a place that they, you know, would go on holidays kind of thing? Or was it something with the community? Because this train is going there for some reason. But there will be a lot of talk of that. It's so funny because, like, I mean, obviously you do kind of want to talk about it. Like, it is exciting. I still don't see credible evidence there to support him being on the show, though. I don't see it happening at all. I think that Jeffrey Grimes, maybe he exists. That's the thing, though. They could be confirming his existence, which would be crazy. But I don't know. Maybe it's too soon for it right now. But they could be confirming his existence. That would be nuts, but I could see that. To appear, be cheap fan service. I mean, I get that. I wouldn't want him to appear if it's just going to be that. For sure, I do get that. I would like it if he appears in a different spinoff without Rick. Obviously not a Spain spinoff, because kind of what we're getting now. I don't know how you can do it. I suggest you install mic to clean the background noise. It would sound perfect. You could have behind you. Okay, I'll look into that. Yeah, like I don't have anything set on here for like a noise gate or anything like that. I do have a fan going just because it drives me crazy if it's just dead quiet in here. Alien spinoff would have been great if we haven't been in Spain. And yeah, I think if they did The Walking Dead to Alien spinoff, that would have worked for sure. But they did just do this. That's why I feel like it might be done now. I don't know. Will there be another season of Daryl? Yes. They're doing one more after this. They're filming it. I don't know what episode they're on or anything, but I imagine when they finish filming, we'll find out. So, kind of hope they just leave it at confirming his existence and that be it, to be honest. That's a really, really like realistic thing that they could do. Like, I think the idea of Rick having, because that was always my point too, was like in the comics it's the same thing. Rick has never mentioned his brother once. There was nothing was, you know, it was Lori, I think it was issue 3 says something about Rick's brother Jeff. Actually, I don't even think she said that. I don't remember what she said specifically, but it was literally like it didn't mean nothing at all ever. So I think if Carol mentions that, maybe it's very similar where it's like that is equivalent to what Lori said in the comic. Rick had a brother, but Rick doesn't really talk about his family too much, you know? I feel like that was put there because in the future, if they want to do something after the whole reunion, you know, everything, then they'll be like, well, we didn't mention it. Rick does have a brother out there, you know? Like they started that. They opened the door to that. I don't know. I'm Sergeant Major Jeffrey Grimes. Just well, I don't know if he'd... Jeffrey Grimes was a lot younger than Rick. And I don't remember what his profession was or anything like that, but he wasn't a sergeant or like police officer or anything like that. So a character that then met Rick. Oh, really? Was that what that was? I don't know if she mentioned his name. Maybe she did. I just remember in the Alien comic at the end, you're wondering who is he, and then he mentions something about his brother Richard, but his friends call him Rick. So just said his brother. Okay, yeah, because I remember that being more of a shocking reveal when the Alien came out. Would you like to see the Croat from Dead City appear in Daryl season 4 on his way back to Croatia? I guess it would be kind of cool for his story. I just don't know if I would want to see that, you know, for the... we got the 40 likes. Yay. And we also have 50 viewers here. So welcome, anyone who's new. Sorry, I'm just... But yeah, I would say that... No, just keep the Croat, just a Dead City character, I think. There will be no more Walking Dead shows in the next 5 years. It depends on what they want to do. There's so much stuff. So like, okay, so this is sort of how I view it with the whole thing. Like, okay, they have these spin-offs now. They're going to end. And then after, they're going to have Rick, Daryl, and all of them reunite. Most likely, it seems like it. That could be one season, maybe more, though. You know, they're in conversations right now. That could be what a lot of that's about, is just like, what does Gimple, AMC, Andrew Lincoln, everyone want to do? I think for the most part, people would do multiple seasons. I think it's mostly on Andrew Lincoln. Does he want to do that? So, yeah, but anyways, so after that is done, whether that's 3 seasons, 1, 4, whatever, that's where I'm like, there's a lot of places they can go, but does AMC want to? And would they sell The Walking Dead at that point to... I don't want them selling it to Netflix, because Netflix, if we get a show and it's not good, they'll cancel it, and that's it. And they drop episodes all in one day. It's just not fun. Like that, you know, like if they're going to sell it to anyone, I would want it to be like HBO or like Prime, you know, something like that. That would work really well. And then there's just so many things that you can do. And if they don't sell it and they keep it, you could do an original series again, a next generation story. What are the things I always say? Original series, next generation story. Oh, an animated comic adaptation. Like, it would be cool to get all that. Any more spinoffs? As of right now, no, but there likely is a huge spinoff coming up very soon with Rick. So, yeah. So to answer your question, in 5 years, will there be no more Walking Dead shows? I think it's hard to say. If I had to bet, I would say no. There will be shows, because I just can't see AMC not doing something. And they might have a clear direction now of like, we're going to tell this final story, end it here, and then by like 2030 or at some point around there, we're going to have like start a brand new story, and we're just going to see how that does, kind of thing. Assuming you have screen time in America during Daryl season 4, how many episodes? Sorry, I didn't mean to yawn, but during Daryl season 4, how many episodes do you think will take place back in the US? I think, if anything, it's just going to be one. And it'll be like the ending of that episode. Because I think... And I think he'll run into Laurent and like other characters, but I really feel like it'll just be that. I don't even think we'll see him go back home to the Commonwealth or anything like that. It would be cool to see him, though, like meet Laurent back at the Commonwealth. Go there and he sees Laurent there. That'd be cool. But I don't know. All right, sounds good. Diffuse in Ireland, 1 a.m. Wow. Well, thank you so much for joining the stream. I appreciate it so much. Times I've been seeing Walking Dead shows on and off just lately at night. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have cable. I was actually thinking of getting cable, though, because, well, here, in order to watch sports and stuff, you need, like, Sportsnet and TSN. That's what they have here for sports. Like, for me to watch hockey, because hockey, well, preseason's here, but hockey's, like, a week into October or something. Anyways, so I want to get that. But, like, you pay, like, what is it? I feel like it's, like, 60 to 70 bucks a month. And I'm like, that's insane just for sports. So I'm just trying to figure it out. Someone actually came to my door and was like trying to sell like, cable packages and stuff. And I was like, do I go back to cable? But they literally said, like, with your internet plan, this and that, we'll give you everything for the same price you're paying your internet right now, but you'll have all of that. So I'm like, that's a really good deal. But I also then would have to switch everything and like, so I don't know. Anyways, you got me talking about that because of cable. Sometimes I feel like cable will make a comeback because everything was all in one place. They almost should start doing that, honestly. Just get like Netflix, AMC Plus, Prime, HBO, just everything all in one place. It's basically cable at that point, right? And make it like cheaper prices or something. Anyways, I'm really going off topic here. Do you think that this battle is on the same level that the best battles of The Walking Dead? No. Okay. I gotta think of some battles. Like, I'm thinking of the Whisperer battle. I would say no. Yeah, sorry. It's getting late where I'm at, so I'm getting tired. No, I would say that for sure no. It's not the best. I feel like it was the longest, for sure, but not the best. I like the Whisperer War battle, because, like, they literally destroyed Hilltop. But, like, the ones that I can't remember much of is All Out War. Because I don't know if I'm remembering the comic, so that's the thing. Like, there was a battle at the Hilltop, right? But, like, I remember doing videos and stuff back then talking about, well, are they going to do this from the comic? Is it going to be like this or that? And I don't remember everything entirely. I'm remembering what I remember from talking about it back then. Because I haven't watched a lot of that in a while. When you want to see Daryl fall for Connie when he gets back home, to be honest. See, I feel like a lot of that stuff is just not going to go anywhere. I feel like Daryl's never going to be with anybody. I think... Well, this is my thing, too. When it comes to getting any actor to come back as well, like, unless they're like in Georgia or certain areas, I feel like they're just not going to do that. Like, that's why I think a lot of the cast from Spain, they're not going to really be there in America to film stuff, because, you know, they usually film stuff in Spain. Like, I just feel like in terms of the budget to make things a lot cheaper, that's why a lot of the characters are going to stay behind. That's why the France actors basically stayed in France for the most part. Because they did a big Comic-Con event at in Spain, and everyone was there. Amazing. But I don't think we got that at this year's Comic-Con, right? So I mean, in the summer, I think it was just like Daryl and Carol, and I don't know who else. So that's what I mean. I feel like I don't know. I literally could just be being or being suspicious about this for no reason, but I feel like it's a money thing, and they don't want to necessarily pay all the actors to be there. I don't know. That's kind of the way I view it. I want to see Daryl. I already read that. Hey man, have you seen the new series Cold Water? If yeah, I've seen Cold Water. I'd say Cold Water it's a good series for sure. Daryl doesn't need anyone. He has Dog. That's right. Yeah, I forgot about Dog. I wonder how they would do that storyline. I wonder if that would just be the beginning part, or the beginning, but like the ending, like he reunites with Dog. Cold Water's good though, definitely. Yeah, I just have issues towards the ending, but I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't watched it yet. So I'll just kind of leave it there. But I have issues with the ending, and like the conclusion, somewhat, or just, anyways. Do you think Daryl will go back home this season or next? Next season, for sure. Variants are the best option to bring things back to basics. Like Andrew Lincoln said, it would allow for the final story to feel like OG The Walking Dead. Oh, I agree with that for sure. I apologize that I'm yawning so much. Holy man. I think if they brought variant walkers back, it would be incredible. But I have no faith in them doing that. It was just, I don't get it. Like, that's the thing that I'm just so confused by. When you go back to, like, what is it, season 10, 11, somewhere around there was this build to, like, variant walkers, right? Actually, I think it was season 11. Well, there was whispers going into the Commonwealth stuff. It was just so exciting. All the comic book stuff we would always talk about. And then you get to, like, variants and stuff in season 11. And then you see, at the same time, World Beyond's happening, and you see that post-credits scene, and it's like, whoa. And then we know the Rick movies are happening. So, and then there's a CRM. All this stuff is building to all this cool stuff. And then, like, it just went nowhere, right? It's so frustrating. So that's why when it comes to, like, the variant walker stuff and all that, I just don't really have a lot of faith in that. I don't think those walkers are coming back. I don't know. Dog died a while ago. I'm pretty sure, yeah, sadly. But, like, see, I think what would be cool, though, is obviously for Rick to come back, they're going to have to make a bigger villain and do all of that. So we'll see where that goes. I'm still waiting on that. Kirkman kind of screwed the ending. Comic out of nowhere. What part of the ending did you not like in the comic? Hey man, I've been watching for a long time. I like hearing about your theories. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Evan. Oh, how long have I been streaming here for? Okay. I'm actually super happy. 50 likes, 50 viewers. Amazing. So, been streaming for 40 minutes. Okay, so I'll stream for another, like, 10 minutes. So, definitely get in the last of, You know what I should come up with is, like, different segments and stuff. Right now, I'm just paranoid about the camera freezing again. But, like, different segments of, like, all right, we're going to get into the chat now, or then I'll get into this, talk about blah, blah, blah. And then we'll, like, move on from this, and then talk about this thing only. And, you know what I mean? Beale's son, maybe. I think once they announce that Rick's coming back, a lot of people are going to be excited again, and they will feel better about the CRM arc, because I think the CRM arc and how that ended hurt The Walking Dead for a lot of people. But I think if you view it like they're still around, they're still going to be a part of the story, there can still be some stuff from it, The military's still kind of there, but it's not really necessarily what it was. I don't think there's any like crazy rankings like that where they don't let people leave. It's different. It's more like they're delivering resources out and stuff, right? I think there's a lot of cool places that they can go, and I think people would be more accepting once they know Rick's coming back. Because I think when The Ones Who Live ended the way it did, it was all disappointing because it felt like that's the end of Rick's story, and the end of the CRM. Like, what? So that's what I would say about that. That thing, and have some good reason Carol didn't tell Daryl the truth. Yeah, I don't know if Carol's lying about... I really feel like Carol just told the truth there. Maybe. I don't know. Could you see Daryl and Carol getting back to America and finding Alexandria destroyed? That's the next part of the story. That would be a cool cliffhanger, but like you're ending a series, and I feel like you want to end the series properly, right? And have a proper conclusion. So that's my only thing about it. Like if you do something like that, I don't know. You have to just end the show properly for what the show was. That's my only thing about it. I don't know. I think Mason Beale wants revenge. Yeah. Well, I see that too. That'd be a good storyline. The actor who played Mason Beale seemed pretty cool in the role, so it would be cool to see him again, but I don't know. I don't know if they believe that fans will want that. So I hope they do a reunion as season 9 of... Wait, what? Oh, well, like with the Fear the Walking Dead characters? I don't know about that. I really feel like I want... Okay, so that's what I mean by like... Well, maybe there's so many other things that go into it, but like, do you remember when Dead City was about to air? There was all the talk of Jeffrey Dean Morgan kind of being excited, or like he said something to Alicia Debnam Carey about her being on Dead City, and there was so much excitement. Like, why doesn't Gimple or AMC just kind of look at that and be like, I wonder if we could do that? Or like Dwight being on Dead City, like why don't they do those things? Because I look at it like the NHL, and it could literally be sports or anything in general. But there's always these storylines, like, so I'm thinking about with the NHL, and you think about Mitch Marner and the Leafs, right? There's all of that, like, there's all of that. And I feel like if you're trying to schedule all of the games throughout the year, you're going to want to put, that matchup on like a weekend, on a date that's going to be like, everyone's going to be watching, and like you listen to what people are doing and you kind of adjust things here and there. I feel like The Walking Dead doesn't do that. I feel like they just kind of go and do whatever. Like Gimple just does his thing. But it's like, you should really listen though to like what a lot of people want, because there's some really good ideas. I think the Fear the Walking Dead characters, especially Alicia, it'd be cool to see, or even Dwight, just a lot of these characters on Dead City. It would make so much sense. I don't know. A live action Clementine story, that'd be incredible. I feel like that has to do, there's more rights issues there. I don't know what, but I think that's probably a part of that. Can we all agree that Roberto's character is annoying and ruining the plot of the show? I don't necessarily... I mean, I get it. I get how people feel that way. I don't find him entirely annoying yet. Like I get it. Again, like I do get it. But I also believe he's going to die right away, so... And hope you are good. Thank you, Alex. I am doing good. Doing really, really good. Hey, MOVIEidol just arrived. Quick recap on your thoughts of the episode. Good, bad? Good. I would say it's a good episode. It wasn't my favorite of the episode, or episode of the season. I have issues of some of the stuff throughout the battle. Really epic battle scene, but still issues. And then the ending, I have issues with. But overall, I'd say a good episode. I can't wait for season 3 with this new showrunner with Dead City. Yes, I know. Well, Jeffrey Dean Morgan said that. He said, I don't want to like misquote him, so I'll kind of paraphrase. But it's basically like, we're finally making the show that I wanted to, or we wanted to do like 3 years ago. So that's interesting. So I'm like, whoa, were there creative differences there with Eli Journey? Could be. Hey, Boris, nice to see you live, bud. Rose, passionate. Yeah. Can't wait for season 3. Oh, yeah, I read that. I can't wait for Dead City. I'm excited to see the new trailer for Dead City and like what they do next because season 2, like I liked it definitely. If I had to rate the whole season, I would give it like a 7 out of 10. The first season would be like a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. They're both kind of equal to me, honestly. But you don't want your Walking Dead seasons to be like 7s out of 10, right? Like you want them to be more like 8 to 9 for the most part. So let's hope season 3 picks things up because you've had 2 just, I would say, good seasons so far. Nothing amazing. So at least in my opinion, anyways. Allied to Daryl, yeah. Watching from Ireland. Love your content, bro. Wow, from Ireland. I've always wanted to go to places in Europe. I want to see England. I think England would be incredible. Trying to think of like other places I would love to go to. Really just anywhere, honestly. I've never left North America, so I just hope the third season is fun. That's all I ask. Yeah, definitely. Let's go to Norway one day and Scotland. Scotland would be cool because I'm part Scottish, so that would be pretty cool. I've hated was the community in the park. Yeah, I thought they were gonna mean more, and like they have a cool name. It was called like the Foragers or something, like really cool name, but like, yeah, I don't know what was going on there. Wish they kept Kim Coates, but when he loves being killed off. I know, like, I thought he would be there for season 3. I thought they were setting him up for that, and then and I saw a lot of people talking about that before the finale aired, like, oh, he could die here, and I'm like, oh, they're just teasing us. It's not going to happen. Like, there's no way they're killing him off, and then he's killed off. I don't know. Now, whenever there's a big actor that comes on, I feel like it's only going to be a 1 season thing, because like Major General Beale, who's the actor that plays him? Why can't I think? He's from I can't even think what that show's. Lost. He's from Lost, right? Irish. I'm trying to think of what I am Irish as well. I like Scottish, Irish. Hold on. I'm Scottish, Irish, British, Spanish, French, German, and Native American. That's kind of what I have a mix of a lot of stuff. Terry O'Quinn, that's John Locke. Yeah, okay, so Terry O'Quinn, that's who I was thinking of. Yeah, incredible actor. I was so excited because he's a good actor, and like for him, and like if you've been watching like Talking Dead or just things like that over the years, you know that Scott Gimple loves Lost, right? And Terry O'Quinn and stuff, and so to get him on that show to play Major General Beale, it was like this is gonna be so cool. And then he's gone, and also died in like that scene was cool, but it was just like I don't know, seeing him as a walker afterwards. It just I was just mad the whole time. Just kidding. Rick reunite with T-Dog. See, I would really like to have a spinoff in Canada. I think that'd be so cool, but I don't know. We'll see what they do, I guess. But yeah. How long have I been streaming for now? Trying to check. Oh, right there. It literally says it right there. 54 minutes. All right. Well, I would love a Carl flashback. We'll probably get that. They'll do more stuff like that, I think, for sure. Oh, I'm so excited for the Rick stuff. Because, like, they're having conversations. So there's 2 events next month. There's New York Comic Con, and there's the 15th anniversary event. I don't know where that is. I don't know if that's like in New York or if that's Yeah, I don't know where that is, but I think the president, like Dan McDermott, I think is the president's name of AMC Networks or Studios. I literally could have all this wrong, but he's going to be there. I'm pretty sure, and I just want to hear them talk about. And like Norman Reedus just confirmed all the stuff that Andrew Lincoln said, so I'm like, there's gonna be these questions asked. They literally went through this Comic-Con. They had to talk about it. So New York Comic-Con, it's going to come up again. And I'm wondering when they're going to announce that. And then you got to think of like the cast, right? Like, is Judith coming back? Michonne, RJ? And then you go into like the other characters like Aaron, Jerry, Ezekiel. Like, who's coming back? Morgan, right? Yeah. Exciting times. Carol's no, I don't see Carol dying at all. If there was going to be a character to die in like the when they all reunite, I think. Actually, I can't even really say. I was going to say I think Rick, because he just had his happy ending, so now they can actually kill him off. It just has to be done in a heroic way. It has to be done in a certain way, I think. I could see Daryl dying, though, more than Rick, to be honest. Is done with the series. Yeah, that's the thing. So, based off of just watching it kind of thing, I don't think it's going to happen. But, like, if the actress or actor wants to leave the show, then, like, yeah, obviously it's like, well, how do you want to leave? Do you want the character? Then it's like, well, I want the character to die this way or whatever. Then, like that'll happen a lot. Maybe a Glenn flashback. I want to see a Glenn hallucination scene in Dead City. That'd be cool. He already had the bridge. Well, my thing about yeah, like that's why I also kind of think he won't die. But I wonder if it'll be done where everyone's around him and he actually does die. But then I always say, well, I think it would be a little bit more heartbreaking though if Daryl died, because Daryl fought so hard to find Rick, finally does. And then maybe Rick is there as Daryl's dying kind of thing. It'd be so sad. But I feel like that makes a lot of sense. But then I think AMC would probably have more success having Norman Reedus play Daryl in spinoffs than Andrew Lincoln. So, in that sense, they might literally just kill Rick off and not Daryl because of that. But oh, Steve's music lessons. You're a member. You think Rick's brother will be the king of Spain? No, I don't think so. I'd be shocked if that happened. I would actually be really shocked. I don't think so. Not Daryl. Rick will be the focus again. They will definitely get to that for sure. We have 63 likes. Amazing. I'm so happy. Thank you so much for everyone that's tuned in. Ooh, that really messed me up there because I was looking at the screen from what I was saying before. Yeah, but I'm gonna end the stream here. Again, for everyone that tuned in, thank you so much. I'll be live again next Sunday, and I'll look at what I sort of, I guess, did here and improve. Also, if you watch the live stream after, just comment things of like, oh, you can improve in this way or this and that, and then I'll even if you want like the chat to be on the screen, because I took that off. I feel like there's no point because it's there. Like you can kind of see the chat with it. I feel like it would be too distracting, but maybe not. I don't know. Different lights, different background, make it more like The Walking Dead. I do have a lot of Walking Dead things. I actually have my Lucille bat that I made, so I can use that. I have a Rick Grimes figure over there, quite a bit of stuff, so I don't know. But again, it's all about where do I put these things, right? So, anyways. Yeah, but this episode's starting right away, so you know what's funny? This really just brought me back to why is he saying that? Interesting. There might be some drama in my life right now. Not actual. It's not not really. I just gotta see what is going on. Is there something going on? Sorry, I'm just trying to see something here. Oh man. Just hoping nothing bad. I'll wait. I don't know if I'm gonna hear back. Sorry about that, you guys. I was just hoping that everyone's fine. You doing better personally? Personally, for me, I'm doing amazing. I'm doing so good. I feel really good. I'm so happy every day. Today I felt really tired, but like I like honestly, like mentally, everything. I feel the best I have felt in like 7 years easily. A long. I feel like I'm back. Like I literally feel like I'm back. That's the best way I can kind of describe everything. Is like I feel like I am back to who I was many years ago. I'm not down and feeling all whatever. I feel like I'm just like myself again, and it's so cool because it's just like I don't know. I just do things that I wanted to do. I'm living life better. I'm acting more like myself when I'm talking to people and stuff. It's just it's I don't know. It's sort of described. It's so many things, but and like for those that have been following the channel for a while, you know that I've been through some stuff, you know, in my own personal life for a long time, and it's been like that for a while. So like, I at some points it just felt like I was never gonna get out of it. It felt like this was just gonna be the way things were gonna be for many years, and yeah, it's not. I'm back. It's dope, bro. Yes, it is for sure. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, but thank you for love your live stream for us. Keep it going. Thank you so much, Marilyn. And yeah, I will be back next Sunday, maybe at an earlier time. I kind of streamed a little bit later today. I'll test some stuff out, but I do want to be live like every Sunday though, like going until like a year from now. But I think I got to plan out just better segments or things to talk about. I mean, or we could just keep it just like it's a free for all, talk about whatever. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. This is like the first more official one on the Sunday because I streamed the other day. But things will get better as we go along. I have to get to work on a video, so stay tuned for that. That will be out. I don't know about tonight now. Maybe tomorrow. I want to do a breakdown of the flashbacks with Daryl, and I think that's Merle, or it's just Daryl at different points when he was a kid. But I think it's Daryl and Merle. So I want to talk about that, and because I haven't been mentioning it, because it's been happening like every episode, but I don't mention it in my reviews a lot. So I do want, yeah, just kind of get into that. But anyways, thank you so much for joining the stream. Yeah, but yeah, thank you so much for. Did I say thank you for enjoying the stream? I hope I didn't say that. Sounds so ridiculous. Do you think they'll see Walker Zoos from the comics? That's probably going to be a Next Generation spinoff thing. They'll do that last issue. That will be like that, I think. But anyways, thank you so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. But for live stream.